just clean water here because I want an area of light here, so that will make sense that there's obviously a lot of light down here. So all I'm doing at the moment is wetting the sky. Got some leftover paint here. It's so nice and dark at the top. I'm leaving some areas of light in between, but this is the important part here. I want to keep this nice and light, so maybe the sun is just gone down behind this hill. Maybe when you're painting, you've always got to be telling a story. You don't want to just be making a picture. Try and tell a story. So I'm using some thicker paint. Go dark at the top here. I want to create a lot of drama. Nice bits of white paper there. So as the title suggests, light and dark. So that's what I'm going for, dark and light, or light and dark. Let's go even darker. Let's go for really exaggerate the but I'll see this will dry a little bit lighter, so if it looks dark at the moment, it will dry a lot lighter. So we're looking very purple there, aren't we? Let's put some blue in there. So while the paper's wet like this, you can keep going and playing about with it. But there will come a point where it starts to dry. We'll let that continue mixing on the paper. So let's see how damp it is down here to put this distant hill in. So a nice crisp edge along the bottom there, because this is damp here, so I'll get a soft edge up here, but it's dry here, so I get a hard edge, which is what I want. And I can just paint that hill up into there, leave a little bit of white paper. This is quite nice how it's all painting itself. I want a hard edge here, so I'll wait for that to dry a little bit. So while that's drying, let's mix up some thicker paint. What colour am I mixing? I'm just thinking tonally, really. Just going for a dark tone. So I don't mind if we get a little bit of softness. I'll probably have a mixture of soft and hard edges. Let's just wet this area up here. Be careful not to lose that all-important area of light. But it adds a bit of connection up here. So I'll make sure I keep that hard edge here, because that is going to work well. So I can continue to bring this down. Make sure that brush is nicely loaded up. So we've got nice and dark against the light. So obviously the white paper is as light as I can go. So I can go really dark here along the base. Mix a nice warm colour for the foreground here. It's going to Be a nice colourful painting this is. Let's make that a nice ergonomic shape. Not sure that's the right word, but it sounded good. And then let's fade that to nothing. Just clean water. Let's just take some water and just soften that edge a little bit. So we're just making this up as we go along. Let's put a few darker bits in here. So this is quite nice how this is painting itself. Let's just give it a little spray. So while waiting for that to dry, we can come back over this side. Again, we've got some softness here because this area of the paper is wet, where it's dried up here. Go nice and dark here, again to make the most of this light and dark. A funny shape here. It almost looks like the cloud is coming down over the hill, which is quite nice. But sometimes these things happen, you just got to go with it. So again, let's warm this up. And hopefully this is something a beginner watercolour artist could have a go at, that it's basic shapes. You could paint this 10 times and every time it would come out different. So there is no right or wrong of how it should look. But hopefully at the end of this we'll have something nice to look at. Let's make sure I've got this bead of water loaded up down here. But it's important you use good quality paper. This is 100% cotton, Saunders and Waterford, £140 knot. If you use cheap paper, you won't be able to do this, which is to get the bead of water here. And that's all to do with the sizing in the paper. Now the fun part. So I need to make sure I don't get any paint here because I want that to stay white. But let's make the paper as wet as I can here. Be careful with your spray bottle, that I've managed to get a big blob of water up here, which has created a run back. We'll have a go at fixing that later towards the end of the video, so don't leave just yet. I may not be able to fix it, but I shall have a go. So I can suggest a bit of something there on this mountain. So we've got this nicely loaded up here now. So just take some water and let this run down. Can help it down. You could tilt the board up, which for filming I've got it at this angle so you can see it, but you could certainly get it to run down easier by tilting the board. I shall manipulate it with the brush. Let's get some blue in there. So I'm kind of replicating what's going on above. Let's take some clean water, just soften that. Another big run back there. Look. Very careless today. That'd be a good opportunity to show you how to deal with things like that, because we're all going to get them. So that's looking alright, other than the 2 run backs. So I can suggest some trees and things maybe growing up here. Could actually connect that shape above, but as long as I keep this area of light, we'll be okay. Suggest the base of this land mass. Put a few darker bits in here. Let's give it a few droplets of water on there. Let's go for something interesting. Hopefully you enjoy this video and you get something from it. If you do, please do hit that like and subscribe. This is a fairly new channel which I'm trying to grow. Some of you may already know that I've got some other channels, Loose Watercolours with Robert Mee and Oil Painting with Robert Mee. These are slightly larger channels with all my latest demos. So this channel here is more for sharing other stuff that I do, and perhaps some of my older demos as well, which I think still got some value in them. So let's get on with the video. So we've got a run back here, which to be fair, I could probably get away with that one, but we'll have a go at doing something with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use some clean water just to lightly make sure I don't lift the paint off. Just wet this area. So you'll notice I dried the paper first before trying to fix these run backs. Now I can put a nice dark cloud in here and cover it. I can link that dark cloud up to this landmass by having a bit of dry brush down here. So that's that one fixed. Let's give it a little spray, but try not to get any big blobs of water. So the blobs of water when it's dry aren't such a problem because they just dab off like that. But when it's wet, it just lifts the paint off and creates a horrible mark like this. Sometimes they can be quite nice, but so what can we do down here? So that's the thing really, don't panic when something like this happens, because there's always a way to sort it out. Cover it with something else. Okay, don't need to go too bad with this because we want to make sure we keep our area of light. Pop a bit of water on here. So I'm using quite thick paint now, putting these detail bits in. So we could have some branches and things. Let's send one right up here. And by putting this in the foreground, it'll hopefully add a bit more depth again. Don't need to go overboard. Coming across here. Create a little opening to come into the painting. Let's scratch with my finger now. That will highlight out. A little something there. Let's take a bit of clean water. Don't want nothing too harsh here. A bit of softness. good bit of connection going across here. Let's see if we can scratch it, highlight out there. And just carry that on up there. So as long as we keep an area of light here, we should be okay. Don't need to go overboard with detail. Let's try and have a thicker branch. Going off through there. Again, careful not to lose my area of light. But a little bit of a area of light there. So there you go. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Please do hit the like and subscribe. Check the link in the description to my other channels, and also I've got membership through my website if you want to watch the videos without adverts, and meet me on a live stream, and we can actually paint together on a live stream as well. So until next time, bye for now.